surgery a few weeks back, and my whole purpose in having that surgery was rebounding so that I could take better care of myself spiritually and physically. So those are two of my goals to really work on. I'm going to give Sidney a call. He's an amazing man. We don't bring outsiders in very often because we have to depend on what it is that they're going to be telling people, and we believe in what he tells people. So you all have his information. Let's please give Sidney a very warm welcome, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Pastor. All right. Once again, my name is Sidney Porter. I am a lifestyle wellness coach with, especially for you, lifestyle wellness coaching. What that means, as a wellness coach, my job is to partner with individuals and groups and really sort of be a jack of all trades in terms of helping you with life issues, be they physical, mental, whatever it is. We all reach a point in our life where we use a little assistance. If it's something as simple as just an ear, someone to listen. I always say that you never underestimate the importance of having someone just to listen to your voice, to listen to your heart. You know, as a wellness coach, like I said, I do a lot of listening, a lot of interpretation, and then just really work with you to figure out whatever that issue is. Like I said, once again, it's physical. I've got a couple people here that I've helped from a physical standpoint in terms of physical training, helping them get in that optimal shape so that you feel good, you look good, and you know, all is well to other individuals that, you know, like I said, I help from a mental standpoint in terms of helping with personal issues, professional issues, helping build life strategies. And life strategies is really what I'm going to talk about today, specifically life purposes. No matter what age we are, no matter what stage of life we are, our life should have a purpose. We never cease having a purpose in our life. For the most part, we spend a lot of our lives being purposeful to others in our lives. Our spouses, our children, friends, relatives, and a lot of times our own purpose to ourselves gets lost. So my little talk today is just to remind you of, don't forget about yourself. If we're not living a purposeful life, we're really not living. Purpose brings design to your life. It brings motivation. It keeps you going. So with that, let me go ahead and get started here. Let me just make sure out of the way so everybody can see here. So as I said, our presentation today, I titled it, Your Story, Yet Untold, A Life's Purpose to be Filled. And we're going to begin the presentation today with taking a look at a couple of quotes that I felt were very appropriate for what we're going to talk about. So the first one, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. I will not refuse to do something I can do. And that's by Helen Keller. Another quote that I felt was appropriate. If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we are not really living. Growth demands a temporary surrender of security, and that's by Gail Sheep. So a couple of quotes just to get us in the mindset of the importance of we're always growing, we're always developing. There is at no point where you should surrender and say, I can't anymore. Because as long as you have life in your breath, we're blessed with seeing another day, that's another opportunity for us to grow. I'm going to begin by actually asking you to give yourselves a hand. So I'm going to put this microphone down, and I'm going to lead you in. And the reason why we're giving yourself a little ovation is because you deserve it. You've accomplished a lot, but there's still more to be accomplished. And as I said, this is about taking a little time to be selfish, to look at yourself and say, you know what? I've accomplished a lot. My life has had a purpose. It served others. It served myself. And you know what? There's still more servitude to go forth. So as I said, congratulations on a job well done. A life of serving, providing, teaching, leading, loving. Like a stone tossed into still waters, your impact sends ripples that continue to grow. This life worthy of considerable accolades, though, is not a story fully told. Notice one fully yet to unfold. And I actually wrote a little poem here. Writing is actually another passion of mine. And in terms of this, so we're saying hold the applause, but the final curtain has not dropped. This film has more feature. It's not ready to be stopped. The credits are yet to be rolled, and the house lights remain darkened. Remain in your seat. The story has a plot still to be thickened. So basically, once again, reinforcing the fact that, yes, your life has been a big story. A lot of chapters to it, a lot of twists and turns, but you know what? There's still more to the plot. There's still more to that story to be told. So we're not going to roll the credits yet. You know, the house lights are going to come on. We're not dropping the curtain yet. We still want to continue to tell the story here. So that now that you've accomplished all these great things, the question is, do I still have a purpose? And as I said, we always have a purpose, because to live without a purpose is truly to not live at all. The story of your existence may be completing a chapter, but there remains chapters yet to be fulfilled. Let's talk about, when I say purpose, what that specifically means. Your life's purpose, as I said before, it's your design, it's your value. It's relationship to those you've served in the past and how you're going to serve yourself going forward. A clearly defined purpose provides meaning, direction, significance, motivation, a sense of self-worth. It answers two essential questions in your life. Who do I want to be, and what do I want to do? Your purpose, though, should not be a big, burdensome thing that we carry on our shoulders, that we must accomplish. Contrary to that, really your burden should be something joyous in your life. It's the essence of who you are. Your purpose can be anything that gets your juices flowing. Once again, that's why it's your purpose, your motivation. It comes from what turns you on in life. Purpose is anything that touches your heart and makes a difference to you. When we're living from our purpose, we feel alive. I know that for myself, when I am defining my purpose, going after it, I feel so much more energetic, so much more alive, because I've got direction. Versus without a purpose, I sort of just find myself sort of just sleepwalking through life. And for me, that's not something that I want. As I said, joy, purpose makes you feel excitement, joy, contentment. Now, living purposely leads to an internal peace that's unfolding in your life. You have a feeling that all's right in your world, and you know that everything is important. Additionally, living a purposeful life has been found to have medical benefits. Take a look at a couple of them. First, living a purposeful life helps you maintain a greater sense within your life overall. And it has a benefit in terms of protection against Alzheimer's disease and other mild cognitive impairments. Second, living a purposeful life improves your level of high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, your good cholesterol. And then finally, living a purposeful life lowers your levels of immune markers, lowering the stress hormone, cortisol, and inflammatory hormones. So purpose, having a purpose, like I said, it's a benefit mentally as well as physically. Now, conversely, let's see what life looks like when we don't live with a purpose. It leads to a constant seeking of trying to figure out what your life is about. And you're constantly searching for something to fill that void because you haven't defined a purpose, so you're constantly searching, constantly searching. And studies show that actually 85% of the population at some point or another suffers from some degree of diminutive self-esteem. This may lead to the future looking more of an extension of past troubles. So when we don't have a purpose, a positive one, then we feel like life is just a continuation of yesterday's troubles. And we don't want that. Yesterday's troubles need to end with yesterday. Each day brings a new opportunity. A couple more quotes here. First off, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. That's by Oprah Winfrey. The relationship you have with yourself is the foundation for all other relationships you have in your life. What that means, basically, it all starts with you. We can't be those other great things we need to be to the others in our life unless we start with what we need to be to ourselves. You know, I can't be, my rule in life, I am a father, I'm a husband, I'm a son, I'm a friend, I'm a coach, I'm all these things that so many people dependent upon me. But for me to be able to be and give the positive energy I need in those various roles, I've got to feel good about myself. I've got to know that I've taken care of myself physically, mentally, spiritually, so that I'm in a good place. That shows in my actions, that shows in my presence. Okay, so we figured out what purpose means. Now, in terms of looking at your life, and we start thinking about new purposes, are we thinking about that new purpose just being the next paragraph in your life, or a big whole new chapter? As you give thought to your purpose in determining whether it is, like I said, the next paragraph or the next chapter, a couple things to keep in mind. Life generally provides few do-overs. And I always say that life is sort of like a golf pencil, in that it doesn't have an eraser. So with that, the mistakes and errors go on the scorecard just as the good strokes, culminating in your defining score. Next, as you transition to a new purpose in your life, remain mindful of your identity and key life roles. So once again, spouse, parent, relative, friend, leader in a group, whatever it is that your roles are in your life, always be conscious of that. Because as you're conscious of that, that'll keep you motivated, and that'll keep you in terms of being able to figure out where my purpose should be. Next, as we figure out a purpose or figure out a goal, I caution you on becoming too focused on our goal. Sometimes we can become so tunnel vision in a goal because we want it so bad that we start to lose track of those other important things in your life. So goals are good, purposes are good, but once again, be conscious of everything else. So let's talk about how to trigger that purpose, that motivation in your life. Once there's been thought and commitment to the what, the why, and the how of proceeding purposely minded, there's some basic essential tips that you need for maintaining a purposeful life. First up, begin each day with intention. For me, before my feet even hit the floor, I'll sit up in bed, or maybe not even sit up in bed, and I will first of all give thanks for the fact that I've seen another day. And then from there, give thought to, okay, since I've been blessed with this day, how can I make this day a productive day? How can I make it a positive day? And not only for myself, but for those who I come in contact with. I'm fortunate and I feel blessed to be able to come in contact with people. And I feel like because I have that opportunity, it's up to me to make the most of it. So I begin my day with that intention of figuring out what am I going to do, how I'm going to do it, and who's going to impact. Next, envision the life you desire, not necessarily the life you have. Spend a few moments at the beginning of each day envisioning the life and or aspects that you desire, whether it be loving relationships, vibrant health, any acts of accomplishment. After that, important to maintain those lifelines. Our lifelines are friends, our loved ones, those who hold dear. Those, I can't put a price enough on it. As mentioned, it's the two models, well actually the one model there and the camera person, those are my daughters. Those are the actual joys of my life. Those are the jewels of my life. And I feel like when they were born, I always say that when they were born, it was no longer about me, it was about them. So all of my efforts, all of my time, everything, every breath that I was blessed with after that point was about providing for them and setting